I am live. What's up, guys? What's going down? I'm here at the school. Let me show you. Here at school for you. For you guys. For you guys. All this weirdness is coming to an end, right? So it seems. So we should be back in business. We are going to be in class this week. So tomorrow at 6:15 will be the teens. 7 o'clock will be the adults, and then we're going to do Friday same time, 6:15 for the teens, and then it will be 7 o'clock for the adults. Okay. So what do you call, guys? My name is Coach Tony. I got my friend here. Okay. My friend here is his name is we'll call him Shelton today, and we're gonna do some combinations on Shelton today. Okay, now let's talk about the combinations we're going to do today. Okay, so first of all, let's classify a combination. If you guys understand what a combination means. Combination means the beats in between it takes me to throw each or the next strike, right? First of all, combination is more than one, right? So combination. I go to McDonald's, I say, hey, I'd like the number 2, please. Okay, now I'm expecting some burger, and I'm expecting some fries and a drink, okay? If they give me my combination, I don't have fries or a drink, I'm gonna be upset, all right? So combination we know means more than one, okay? Even if I'm throwing 1, 2, that's still a combination of 2, okay? Now, what classifies to me personally, a combination? And I'm not talking about with different cadences and rhythm changes and whatnot, which we're gonna cover today. I'm specifically talking about what constitutes a combination in general. So what that means to me is, if I throw a 3-punch combination, 1, 2, 3, I should have almost 0 beats in between that 3. 1, 2, 3, right? Instead of going 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, those are single strikes. Okay, they're single strikes in Constitution. If I'm going to lift something, okay, heavy, let's say I'm going to deadlift 305, 315. Okay, I deadlift 315. Me personally, I'm a little dude, so I can't be doing 315 in reps like that. I'll do maybe once, put it down, rest. That's a power set, right? Once, put it down, rest, because I would need to take time in between that in order to develop my recovery, or to build my recovery for the next set, okay? Now, if I lighten that load, I lighten the load, okay, and I start doing maybe 10 to 12 of that. Let's say I do, I don't know, 50 pounds. I can do, 25, reps of that, okay? This would be kind of like combination, right? So what is that telling me, okay? What is that telling me? That's telling me that I should be able to do, rapid fire combinations, with not so heavy power, until I get to the end, and we'll talk about that, okay? So first, let me put on my gloves. We're gonna talk about the combination that I like to do. Very simple here combination, very simple. Okay, oh, I'm gonna move this guy. There we go. All right. So look, the combination, basic combination everybody does, okay? Jab cross. Okay, jab cross. Yeah. Basic jab cross. I throw my 1, then I throw my 2. Yes, throw my 1, then I throw my 2. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, turning my hip. Now look, if I go, was that a combination? No, it wasn't a combination. Okay, it was a 1, and then there was a 2. Now you may hear commentators in boxing say, "Oh, he caught him with the 1, 2." Yeah, he did. He caught him with the 1, then he caught him with a 2. I don't classify those as combinations. I call it single punches because the time it takes in between. Okay. Now I'm talking power, right? This is my power jab. I throw a power jab, right? I throw a power cross, right? I need time in between those to make those both substantial. But if I throw a 1, 2, what am I doing there? Which one was harder, the first or the second one? Well, it's the second one, right? The second one's harder. I throw the second one, the first one, get their attention. What's up, bro? Let's get it in. The first one's what's up, baby? The first one's to get their attention. The second one is to put the lights out, okay? Now we got Coach Z in the house, so we're gonna take an intermission here. We're gonna take a commercial break. And I'm gonna get what I called it Shelton. I'm gonna get Shelton out the way. It has been a long time since I've seen my brother here, so give me a second. What's up, bro? Okay. We're already live, man. We already live, brothers and sisters. Now today, you got shin guards, baby?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we'll throw on our gloves and shin guards. We're gonna talk about these different combinations. And now Z has been with me a very long time, so he understands everything that I'm gonna talk about here. He's actually gonna give his insight too, if you wouldn't mind, Z.
Yeah.
When it comes to certain techniques and his view of those techniques. And what we're talking about is combinations, yeah?
Okay.
We're talking about combinations, what constitutes a combination, the time it takes, in between, the beats in between each strike that means a combination. Now, I classified a combination as having little beats in between. For example, I was punching Shelton and I did a 1-2. I did two different examples. I did a 1-2, which is I call a combination. Then I did a 1, took some beats in, then I did a 2. Okay. My 1 was almost as powerful as my 2. So for me, that 1-2 that took about 3 beats in between, I don't call that a combination, okay? But when I do my 1-2, one right after the other, I call this a combination, okay? And again, I like to classify within beats and rhythms, yes? This is what I like to do. I like to classify within beats and rhythms so I understand personally what a combination is, okay? And hopefully I can translate that to you guys too, what a combination is, okay? We're gonna get into some of our favorite combinations. We're also gonna get into changing our cadence in order to disrupt our opponent's rhythm within the combinations given, okay? So, yeah, bear with us. Bear with us. All right, this is Coach Z.
Sorry, everybody.
Somebody come. If you don't know Z, okay, you got to come to the morning classes. Okay, get some work here with my brother here. But he comes to the night classes every so often. You gonna be coming to the night classes too? You try to? Sweet. How the babies? Good, man. Good. Same here. Oh, crazy. I'm gonna take these off. So now we're gonna do a combination. Okay, I'm gonna do first. I'll have my partner go here. Helmet guard. I'm gonna do a 1, 2, 3, and you tell me if it's a combination or not. Okay. Was that a combination? As far as how I classify a combination, yes or no? What would you say?
I would say no, because there's so many beats in between.
So many
it seems like one strike, one strike, one strike.
So many beats in between. So each one of those strikes should have had substance behind it. I'm gonna do the same combination or same punches, okay? Was that a combination? Yeah. I would call that a combination too. Now, in these combinations, the way that I'm throwing these combinations, one strike is going to be harder than the other two. It's probably going to be the last strike. For example, if Z throws a jab cross to me, okay, that last 2 should be harder than the 1. If he throws a jab cross hook to me, that last strike should be harder than the other strikes. Combinations are to set up the last strike. Look, there's going to be some controversy to that. Some people may say different. Every punch you shoot, you're trying to knock them out. Yeah, maybe so. If you got it like that, yeah, go ahead. I personally believe that you should be trying to land your strikes. Throwing every strike to knock them out is a good idea if they're available to be hit. And let me say that again. Throwing every strike to knock out your opponent is a really good idea if they're available to be hit. So, for example, if Z just got on his bicycle, start moving, go ahead and start moving, and I start, okay, that's going to take a lot of energy out of me. I'm going to get severely tired. And then he's just going to wait until I'm huffing and puffing to start kicking me in the head, okay? So it's not really a good idea to throw everything behind every strike, especially it depends on your opponent, okay? And the same thing with me. I'm probably, in this situation, I'm probably going to be more available to be hit than he is because of the height discrepancy, okay? But when I say available to be hit, I'm going to be using a lot of blocking and countering in this situation because I'm short, okay? Where he'd be utilizing his reach and trying to stifle my counter by taking advantage of the fact that I may come in too quick. So that's where his clinch would come in and disrupting my combinations. Okay, so being a good judge of distance is also important when it comes to these combinations. Okay, so every combination I'm going to start off with my jab. Why do you think that is?
It's quick.
It's quick.
And kind of peppers them into the guard.
Beautiful. It peppers them into the guard. Now watch this. Okay, throw 3 jabs. Were there any beats in between that? Throw 3 crosses. Out of the 3 jabs and 3 crosses, which one was quicker? Of course it was the jabs. So the reason why it's smart to start off with your jab, because like Coach Z said, it's very quick, okay? Also, you can throw it at rapid speed and not tire yourself out, okay? It doesn't take a lot of energy to throw a jab. Another thing a jab is really good for is to measure, detect, and distract, okay? So the combination we were working is jab, cross, hook, okay? We'll go ahead and add a kick. And this will be our favorite low kick. Okay, so he does Dutchie 3, which is jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook, low kick. Okay, jab, cross, hook, low kick. This is a combination. Okay, I'll do it back. Okay. Okay, now what you do when you're at home, if you're shadowboxing, I want you to jab, cross, hook, low kick. Me and Z are gonna go back and forth for a time, okay? And what I want you guys to do is I want you to do your jab, cross, hook, low kick until the time runs out, okay? So give it me a second here because people are blowing up my phone because I'm so popular.
Ain't no sound in the whole time.
Man, it's terrible. All right, here we go. We're gonna go 1 for 1. If you're shadowboxing at home, jab, cross, hook, low kick until I say stop, okay? So that was jab, cross, hook, low kick, okay? If you saw what we were doing, sometimes we would slow the combination down. Sometimes we would speed it up, depending on what our opponent was doing. But it still remained the same beats in between. Almost no beats, okay? Now, we're talking about combinations, what constitutes a combination to us, okay? To us, to the style that we teach. The 8 drums style of teaching is a combination, is not a combination if you take more than 2 beats in between a strike. There's a reason for that. Now, I'm not saying that changing your cadence doesn't constitute as a combination because we talk about the invisible hit, okay? Now, the invisible hit is when I go 1, 2, 3, okay? Then I go 1, 2, fake, 3. That invisible hit to us is still a hit because if I can get my opponent to bait, if I can get them to guard something that's not there, they still think it's a hit. So I call the invisible hit. That's what we call it, okay? So we're gonna add that, okay? And another thing you can call it is it can be a change in the cadence. Okay, I can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, low kick. Then I can go 1, 2, 3, low kick. That's still, I wouldn't call that an invisible hit, but I would call it a cadence change, but it's still a combination. It's still a combination. Even though you're changing the cadence, it's still a combination. Because now I'm tricking them. I'm working strategy involved in my low kick. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna do the invisible hit this round, and how you guys do that is this. You go 1, 2, fake, 3, low kick when you shadow box, okay? 1, 2, fake, hit, 3, okay? Now, we're gonna do the invisible hit in our combination. You guys are gonna shadow box that for a time. Then we'll talk about the cadence change after, okay? All right. Anything you wanna add? Okay, sweet. Here we go. And in 5, 1, 3, 2, you first. And you know, it's funny that I knew it was coming and still tricked me. That's so weird. It's still weird, huh?
Every time.
It's so weird. I hate it. Hey. It hella looks real. It does, huh? It looks real. This is sick. Hey. Yeah, so that's called the invisible hit. Okay, we're using a fake. Okay, trying to get them to bite on a fake. A little detail what that fake is. You should make it look similar to a real hit. Okay, if you don't make it look similar to a real hit, they're probably not going to bite in the way that you want. Okay, you want them to bite on the fake. So this is what we're trying to do with this invisible hit.
A lot of it's shoulder movement.
Yeah, a lot of it's shoulder movement, like moving your shoulder, like, you know, 'cause, look, when you hit somebody, it's a threat. I don't care how tough they may think that they are. If they get hit and they're like, yeah, bring it on. Whether they're tough and they're mentally able to take the hit, their body still registers that as damage. Okay. So if I throw something and they react or they don't react, their body's going to want to react. They're going to want to respond. Okay. This is how we're trying to land our strikes, right? Build our numbers, build our scoring. Okay. Whether it be whatever kind of fighting you do. Okay. And this Muay Thai thing, we're definitely trying to use our fakes to land our strikes in the combination that we're given. And we're still doing a jab, cross, hook, low kick. The only thing we're doing is we're adding a visible hit, adding the fake. Now let's talk about a cadence change, okay? This one's going to be a little bit trickier, okay? Especially it's shadow box that. So say I go 1, 2, 3, low kick. Is that still a combination? You say no, because you took a beat in between. It's still a combination. And let me tell you why it's a combination. I wouldn't do that until I threaten them with the 1, 2, 3 low kick. Until I do this, until I show them that, me personally, I'm not going to do the other one. I'm just not going to do it. Because if I do that, and then he's got his reflexes real sharp, he sees I took a beat in between, he wants to throw his right hand, before I throw my other strike, boom, right? The only time I'm going to change my cadence is if I give them a cadence to program with, okay? For example, he does jab, cross, hook, low kick, boom, 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 boom. Just keep doing it, and change it whenever you want. So now I'm getting used to the program. I'm hearing the rhythm in my head. Bop, 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 bop. That's the rhythm. I'm hearing it. I'm like, oh yeah, I can block it now. You know, oh shit, oh, there. That really played on my mind. Like I had to really sharpen up my defense there, and actually kept me still, kept me like frozen almost because I had no idea what was coming. I knew the combination he was going to throw. I just didn't know the cadence he was going to change it into. Okay. So now we're doing our combination, okay? I did the first combination, or he did the first combination, jab, cross, hook, low kick, okay? Then he changed his cadence, okay? It wasn't necessarily invisible hit. He changed the cadence. Think about this. It's different, okay? Him changing the cadence is not an invisible hit, okay? So I'll go to him, okay? So I'll go. This one's real, okay? Okay, so I changed the cadence there, okay? I did my 1, 2, 3 low kick. Okay, when you shadow box, I'm gonna give you the freedom to kind of play with this. You may do, 1, 2, 3 low kick to start. 1, 2, 3 low kick. 1, 2, 3 low kick. 1, 2, 3 low kick. You can change the cadence in any type of way that you can think of during this round. Okay, and we'll give you a template to kind of follow. If you're like stuck, you want to watch what we're doing. So maybe I should add a little more time to this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to add a little more time to this one. So just in case you're stuck on what cadence you can do, give me 1 second. Go ahead and watch us for a reference, okay? All right, here we go. Oh, I messed up there. Oh. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Me first. Thanks. Nice. Nice. Okay. Oh, that was kind of scary. Hey, you. Hey. Ha. Talk about that in a minute. Sound, right? Hey. Ha. Hey. Ha. Did you hear it? It's weird, huh? My boy did
In between strikes.
the hell out of me, my boy. Hey. All right, guys, time. Nice job. So I'm gonna give credit to my boy James Chaney. James Chaney, when I was sparring with him once, he would make these sounds right before he hit me, and I swear he was gonna hit me. And it'd be in between the hits. So I'd be like, ah, and he would do something different. It was so annoying. We'll talk about the invisible hit or fainting using sound in a minute. We have to talk about us as human beings and how we respond to stimulus. But let's talk about that. Okay, so we changed the cadence, not necessarily the invisible hit, okay? But we're changing the cadence in order to land a strike. It's very simple. Very, very simple, okay? The concept is simple to me. To me, is it simple to you? The execution could be complicated, okay? Because there's a lot of things that you have to kind of get through in order to get to this. Confidence, okay? Confidence, you talk about confidence. What do you think about confidence in being able to execute?
Well, I think it takes time and practice, patience. You have to be in here in the gym. You have to spar, and you have to get used to getting hit in order to know that you can execute it. Because anybody can punch a bag without the fear of getting hit back. It's easy. But when you're actually engaged with somebody and they're hitting you while you're trying to hit them, that's a huge confidence builder once you start landing strikes and stuff.
Huge. Let's take a knee real quick for these people. So let's talk to the people real quick. Listen, this is super important, okay? And this is something I definitely want to touch on. I don't know how long I'm going to take on this, so please just bear with us, okay? Listen, confidence. You cannot be a good fighter unless you have confidence. You can't, okay? But how you develop or how you build that confidence and develop it is exactly what he said. He said patience, okay? Time. What else you say? Perseverance, commitment, all of these things. He said you have to spar. Look, that word scares people. Spar. Oh my God, I'm just gonna get knocked out. Like, that's what people think. They think, and depending on who you spar with, okay, we've been in situations where we, weren't around the best sparring partners. But when you come to Discovery Muay Thai, you're gonna get a couple things. You're gonna get a great welcome from a family who wants you to be a part of a family. That's one thing you're going to get that, okay? You're going to get great times and great laughs. We always have a great time here. Always do, okay? You're going to get amazing technique, okay? You're going to get that. That's a given, okay? You're going to get people who actually care about your success, okay? So your training partners are always going to be there for you. Now, this sparring thing, the way that we spar, and we may give a demonstration in a little bit, the way that we spar is extremely light. Now, look, if we have a fight coming up, of course, we got to spar a little bit harder. And I do mean a little bit, okay? But we should be able to spar 10, 11, 12 rounds and not hurt each other, okay? How much do you weigh today?
How much do I weigh right now? 180.
180 something? Okay, I'm 170 something. That's like a 10 pounds difference between Z and myself. So I don't want to get hit by this guy, full power, okay?
I don't want to get hit by him.
Okay, dude, we don't want that. Okay, we don't get paid for that, dude. We come here to have fun and take care of each other, and we are going to give you guys the same thing. So we're going to develop our confidence, and how you develop your confidence is, yes, during the drills. During the drills, you do develop your confidence, okay? You're hitting a person, very light, but you're still seeing hits coming, and you're giving them. As long as you contextualize a drill, you understand that at the end of the day, we're learning how to fight, okay? Whatever skills you may learn inadvertently as a martial artist, social skills, whatever skills you may learn, okay? At the end of the day, you're learning how to fight, right? So as long as you contextualize the drills, you can get good. But the sparring part is super important. Look, in jiu-jitsu, we roll. From day one. We roll, okay? We do drills to understand, how to get ourselves in a position or get out of a position in jiu-jitsu. But at the same time, we roll because we can go close to 100% without hurting each other because of the tap, okay? So in that way, jiu-jitsu, the learning curve is like, wow, you know what I mean? Well, the way that we approach Muay Thai, we approach it similar, but we do that with the sparring, with the way that we spar. We spar very light so we can see things coming. And then if I get hit by something a little bit too often, I'm gonna stop and ask, why does that keep hitting me? Or did you see what just happened there? Let's examine that. I like that move you just did. Let's do that a couple of times. So it's always learning. Because striking arts are not, this is just my opinion. Striking arts without competition is not as tangible as jiu-jitsu. Would you agree? I would say it's just not as tangible because striking arts, you have to hit people. You have to hit them. And then unless you hurt somebody, you're still kind of wondering, does that work? You're still thinking, could I have gotten him? Could I actually put somebody down? So without competition to know that, it's hard to, be confident with striking. But listen, I don't believe in the kung fu aspect of pressure point fighting, right? And he's dead, right? But are there pressure points in fighting? Yes, there are. And the pressure points that we deal with are ones that people deal with in fighting arts to knock people out. Look, liver shot, that's a pressure point. Okay, that's a pressure point. You apply pressure and people get knocked out from a liver shot. You hit them to the chin, that's a pressure point. Temple, that's a pressure point. Back of the head, definitely a pressure point. Okay, solar plex, definitely spleen, pressure point. Okay, kidneys, pressure point. There's a spot on your leg. If you get kicked all the time, it hurts. Okay, that's a pressure point. So we're dealing with these strikes. We're dealing with how to land these strikes. If I land a liver shot light, I could have done it hard. Okay, I'm working on the concept on how to actually set up my combinations to make something land, to land my strikes. Okay, because at the end of the day, the name of the game is to land your strikes. You have something in my head? This is what I think. At the end of the day, we're trying to land our strikes. So we spar extremely light, and then when we drill, we do these kind of drills, right? These conceptual drills, to these concepts of how to land Dutchie 3. How am I gonna land it? Because I can be that coach. Okay, guys, today we're gonna do Dutchie 3. All right, ready, go. Right. Okay, guys, do Dutchie 3 on the pads now. Ready, go. Right. Okay, guys, trying to face the flag. Get out of here. Right? No, I want you guys to understand exactly what I understand and what he understands, and we want you guys to get as good as us because we need sparring partners. All right, so joke. No, seriously, we want to get everybody as good or better than us. Okay, that's my personal goal. So we're talking about how to land these combinations, okay? We did our Dutchie 3, we did our invisible hit, we also changed the cadence, okay? So what Z and I are going to do, we're going to do a combination of each one, okay? What we're going to do, we're only going to utilize the Dutchie 3. We're going to go 1 for 1, and you guys are welcome to shadow box it at home and move around and have a good time, okay? So here we go. I had a little bit of extra time so we can have more fun. Okay, I'll put 2 minutes this time. Is that good?
Yep.
That's good, 2 minutes.
We're gonna do cadence changes in the
everything. Everything. We're even gonna stance change every so often. So is that good? Okay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll go. You can check. That's his move. Hey, that was a weird one. You see that? Okay. I'm not used to this. Thank you, James. I'll be more tired from laughing. I hate that move. It works every time. I'll have to teach us that later. Man, that's a clean move, huh? Time. Nice job. That was fun. That was super fun. All right, guys. So look, I hope you guys are having a good time with us. I hope you guys are having a good time. Okay. I hope you guys are watching us and understanding exactly what we're trying to convey to you. If you are live here and you have access to a keyboard, if you have any questions, please type them. Yes, we're going to be in class tomorrow, so I'll be able to address any of your questions. But if you have a question right now, just go ahead and type it on the side. We'll go ahead and answer as best we can. Okay, but what are we trying to convey to you? Okay, you saw firsthand how just changing the angle of a strike, changing the level of a strike, changing the stats, right? Adding the invisible hit, things land. Okay, things land on me, on him. They land. What does that tell you? We're both really experienced here. It works. It works. Okay. What do you want from this? You want something? Okay, guys, we're gonna do a Hadouken. Okay. What do you guys actually want? You want something that works, right? Well, if you're paying attention, this is gonna work for you. It's gonna work for you. What you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. You agree?
100%.
Yeah. What you put into it is what you're gonna get out. And I'm not talking about physically right now. I'm just talking mentally. What attention are you giving to the information, okay, that is being brought to you? What are you actually, comprehending? Because communication without comprehension is dead. I'll say that again. Communication without comprehension is dead, okay? I'm trying to do my part to get you to convey to you exactly what I want you to understand. But that doesn't happen without you really paying attention and really trying to put forth those lessons that we're talking about here, okay? Whatever Z is telling you, please comprehend it, comprehend it. We're speaking two languages here. We're speaking the language of the tongue and the language of the body, okay? So the language of the body, did you see what happened during that session, okay? During that session, there were things that he was doing that was perfect, things that I was doing that was good, and it landed, okay? And it landed with the principles that we were giving you. We didn't do anything freestyle there. We did 1-for-1, Dutch E3 with the same principles that we were telling you guys. He knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Things still landed. Things still landed, okay? If this isn't proof to you, okay, that what we do works, I don't really know what else I can give to you. YouTube. Go on YouTube. Look up any fighter. Give me a fighter. Somebody you watch.
Murat Gregorian.
Who?
Murat Gregorian.
Murat, that dude's a beast. Murat Gregorian is a monster, first of all. To me, he's a genetic.
Muay Thai, but still kickboxing.
It's kickboxing, Dutch kick. We teach, that style here too. We're American, so we try to cover a wide range of different concepts. Okay, so yeah, Murat Gregorian is sick, man. I mean, is he the champion right now? He's a champion right now, right? He's sick, man. He beat City Chai. City Chai is a monster, man. I mean, City Chai is a monster. He beat City Chai. Anybody can beat anybody from Thailand. You're a beast. Okay, watch that guy. Watch what he does. Okay. What's that guy's name? Patamarong, right? Sitong Pinong. That dude is sick. He's a southpaw guy. He's sick. Sanchai, the master of trickery. Okay. Lurdzilla, Buakau, Study the Greats, Samat Payakarun, Disil Noi. Who else? Buakau. Everybody knows Buakau, right? Kevin Ross, Gaston Bolanos, any of those guys, man. Study these people, and not just Muay Thai. Study boxing as well. Study what's his name? Roberto Duran. Study that guy. Watch how he fights. How he's really intelligent, especially in the pocket. Very scary. Canelo Alvarez is really good. Okay. Mayweather, obviously, he's a master boxer. Vasily Lomachenko, master boxer. Study these people. Go into these different arts. MMA. Disclaimer.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. I'll just keep it real. Look, if you're gonna study mixed martial arts, be extremely careful what you take in, okay? Because with everything that happens in mixed martial arts, everything they have to worry about, they can kind of get away with ugly technique, especially because of the grappling. Okay, if you have a good, really, really good wrestler, you have a high-level striker. That wrestler can make his striking really high level just with the threat of the takedown. Okay, so you may see somebody throw something really ugly and it worked. You come to class, well, coach, it works. I saw it. Where'd you see it? UFC.
It's different. It's a whole different game.
It's a whole different game, okay? A whole different game. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying right now we're talking about striking. Obviously, the better striking that you have, the better off you are. Meaning this, you should be able to get to the point where you can throw something half power and still knock people out, just based on your technique alone. okay? Because everybody has different strengths, different power levels. Everybody does, okay? But your technique is meant to maximize your power no matter what level you are. If you're really fresh or tired, okay? You should have good enough technique to do damage, okay? That all boils down to the technique. Now, we're talking technique, we're not talking strategy, yeah? Now, you put that technique to the strategy we're giving you. Not only do you have impeccable technique, but now you know how to land your strikes. That is dangerous, okay? It's very dangerous. And again, we're trying to give that to you. But all you need to do is be patient, okay? Be patient, okay? Come to class, stay dedicated. Be consistent. I can't tell you, look, be consistent. That's not always easy. You don't know how many times we both come in here. How you feel today? Tired. Me too, but we're still here, okay? Be consistent, okay? If you come in and you're 60%, give 60%. Don't give 30.
Give your 100%.
Give your version of exactly. Give your 100% that day, okay? All right, guys, you want to add anything?
Stay conditioned outside of this. You can't just come here and expect to. I mean, there's a lot of guys that'll come here every day, but they're still out of shape because they're not working out outside here. So go run. Go. I mean, you don't have to pay for a gym membership to do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, planks. You know, go for a run, do some jump rope.
And that helps.
You know,
Every single thing that he said really helps. Because look, what are you doing here? You got to be in shape, okay? This is a lifestyle here, okay? You're coming here because you want to change something about your life. You want to give yourself something, all right? We're trying to give it to you, but doing that extra homework, okay, at home is really going to pay dividends to your training here. Do your homework, okay? Doesn't, like you said, doesn't cost anything to do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, pull-ups, run, okay? Do that to supplement your workout because you have to be in shape. You look at any pro fighter. Look at the pro fighter. What do? They just fight. A lot of times, the hardest part about fighting is training, right? Wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. The hardest part about fighting is training. Once you can just get the training like consistent and you make that a part of your life, all the other stuff is going to come easy. All right, guys, that's good for today. What? Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a good evening. Smart.